Okay, first practice. Xochitl Galvez Ruiz. In reality, her name is Xochitl Bertha Galvez Ruiz. And this is a Wikipedia document information article from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. In this Spanish name, the first or paternal surname is Galvez, and the second or maternal family name is Ruiz. Xochitl Galvez Ruiz, born in 22 February 1963, is a Mexican engineer, businesswoman, and politician. From 2015 to 2018, she was mayor of the Miguel Hidalgo borough, probably borough of Mexico City. Since 2018, she has served as senator of the 54. No, that's okay. 50 plus 10, that's 60, 65, 64. 64th legislature of Mexican Congress. As senator, she caucuses with the center-right National Action Party, but often adheres to progressive political and social issues such as abortion, drug policies, and social spending. Early years. Galvez was born on 22 February 1963 in the town of Tepatepec, Hidalgo, to an Otomí father and a mestizo mother, also of partial Otomí ancestry. As a kid, she sold desserts at local markets. Desserts at the local market to support her education and family. She moved to Mexico City to study computer engineering at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, first working as a telephonist and later earning an assistantship at the computing center of the School of Engineering. She worked as a programmer and later as a systems analyst at the National Institute of Geography and Statistics, INEGI, of Mexico. She was also director of telecommunications at the World Trade Center of Mexico City. From 2000 to 2006, she was head of the National Institute of Indigenous People during the Vicente Fox administration. In 2010, Hidalgo, in the 2010 Hidalgo state election, she was candidate for governor of the state for the coalition Hidalgo Unites Us, made up of the National Action Party, PAN, the Party of the Democratic Revolutionary, PRD, and the Labor Party, PT, and Convergencia. Galvez came in second place with 47% of the votes in her favor. Business and philanthropy. In 1992, she founded the company High Tech Services, dedicated to the development of technology projects aimed at designing intelligent buildings, energy saving process automatations, security, and telecommunications. She was also founder and CEO of the OMEI company, dedicated to the operation and maintenance of intelligent infrastructures. She won the Se Líder Foundation Award, the Cecil Award in the social and humanitarian area, and the recognition of commitment to others, granted by the Mexican Center of the Philanthropy, and the Pericles Medal Award by the Museum Amparo of Puebla of Social Merit. In 1999, she was recognized by the World Economic Forum at Davos, Switzerland, as one of the 100 global leaders of the world's future. In 2000, Business Week magazine named her one of the 25 Latin American news business elite. With the profits from her companies, in 1995 she created the Porvenir Foundation, which is dedicated to combating child malnutrition and helping women in indigenous areas. In addition, the foundation runs projects to improve the quality of water, her native Mesquital Valley. In her native Mesquital Valley. For this reason, she was invited by Luis Ignacio Lula de Silva to participate at the Social Forum of Porto Alegre. Brazil's current president. Political career: Mayor of Miguel Hidalgo. In 2015 federal district elections, Galvez was candidate for mayor of Miguel Hidalgo for the National Action Party. She won the elections with 32% of the votes in her favor. She served from October 1st, 2015 to March 15, 2018. Senator of the Republic. In the 2018 federal elections, Galvez ran as Senator of Mexico City for the Por México al Frente coalition in conjunction with Emilio Alvarez y Casa. In addition, on the national list, she was nominated as senator by the Party of the Democratic Revolution. After the election, she obtained the seat as senator by proportional representation since September 1st, 2018. She has been a member of the 64th Legislature of Congress of the Union as a member of the National Action Party, PAN. On April 29, 2021, Galvez announced she was switching from the National Action Party to the Party of the Democratic Revolution to guarantee that the party complies with the requirements of having at least 5 representatives in the Senate in order to be considered a parliament group. 2024 presidential candidacy. In mid-2023, both Morena and the Frente Amplio Opositor Va por México successor, the way is that read, officially initiated a process to select the persons responsible for coordinating each of the respective coalitions who will become the presidential candidate for their respective coalition once they are able to legally label them so. Although she originally sought to become mayor of Mexico City, in late June she announced her intention to compete for the presidency in 2024. She has quickly become a favorite in opinion polls amongst opposition candidates, leading the attacks and accusations leading to attacks and accusations from the president Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Dang, AMLO. Whew. Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador has made frequent references to her in his morning press conferences, including allusions to support irregularity to post irregularities in her company's contracts. These and other references have resulted in orders from the National Electoral Institute prohibiting AMLO from commenting on the 2024 elections, as well as to an as of yet unsolved amparo presented by Xochitl Galvez. And what's an amparo? Oops, let's just go back. In most legal systems of the Spanish-speaking world, the writ of amparo is remedy for the protection of constitutional rights found in certain jurisdictions. The amparo remedy or action is an effective and inexpensive instrument for the protection of individual rights. So this was just a practice for the Wikipedia information on Xochitl Galvez. She is the potential presidential candidate for, as we have read, the coalition of the opposition in Mexicans today, in today's Mexico politics, or political news, or ring. So she is the contender for the presidency. She is a great contender because she is turning out to be a great contender, as we read in polls, because she just has the numbers and the sympathy she has created and the work she has done really assimilates with the people, and the people have responded to her work as well. She is not the only one that's been active in the past 6 years, in the past 5 years of this current presidency, where their activity has been more notorious in defense of democracy for different issues that the presidency and the government has unveiled upon the republic. For example, the militarization of the state, to whom many was seen irresponsible and disproportionate to a certain extent, and in the most conservative supporting manner, it was not very well established the way it was going to work, or the way they're going to protect the citizens from the violence. Their main one is the attempt to reform the Electoral Institute, the National Electoral Institute, just a year prior to elections, arguing various different things, from austerity to overspending to corruption, for the reason of the reform, of it being reformed, when in reality the possibilities of deteriorating the instrument, the organ, the electoral organ, were far more dangerous than leaving it as is, and just keep working on its progression to evolve and get better. or as many have talked about, that a reform could be very well seen, but just the time and the way that it had been made was not even constitutionally correct. Therefore, it was brought down by the judicial power, by the judges, the constitutional judges, because it broke the constitution in the form of speed. They they pass it through the legislation power and through the Senate, because Morena has full control of the legislation, not full control, but majority, simple majority. And in the Senate, they also have simple majority, I believe. So they just expedited the whole reform, the whole article, the whole bill, right? That's what they call it in English. They call it these bills, precedent bill to reform this national electoral. And once it went through all the process and it got through to the hands of the judges of the Supreme Court of Justice, they deemed it unconstitutional because the way it was expedited without consent of the minority parties, of the small parties, which today hold the minority. So in reality, the minority wasn't consented, right? The minority, the poor people, and they want to talk. They want to make them seem like these are the rich oligarchs. Like, when has the minority been oligarchy? That's the majority. And they want to play these mind games on us sometimes. I feel like that's just parentheses. Don't let me get carried away upon what has been happening, which are more facts, like what hadn't been mentioned of the reform this president tried to pass unconstitutionally with his flex of power of majority in legislation, simple majority and simple majority at the Senate. It almost went through if it was not for the Supreme Court of Justice, and for whom you might know the name of Norma Piña, the Supreme Court judge, which was internationally recognized by many different courts and justices around the world for her work in the favor of democracy. So look her up, Norma Piña, Supreme Court Justice of Mexico. Her work and her dedication, her situation, and her calling in today's world, today's chess board game in politics is very important worldwide. She's an important piece to the world right now. Geographically speaking, she's in Mexico, and she's just one of the main ones holding it down for Mexico, basically, that has power in her hands to do it. And then we have this other character, this other new protagonist, Xochitl Galvez, who has come from Tepalcatepec, Hidalgo. Let me get her city right. Tepatepec. Nah, it's not right, is it? Let me see it in Spanish. Spanish, bro. Tepatepec. Hidalgo. So she's from Tepatepec, Hidalgo, which is, I know the state. It's it's a beautiful state. It's just like Mexico. It has everything. It's got cities. It's got towns. It's got small towns, ranches, communities. It's green. I think it could be a little dry, and I'm not sure if it's too dry, but it's very, very humid as well. and I think it gets dry. It's very hot. But like every state in Mexico is just beautiful, full of color, great people, great food. Nothing new. Nothing new. If you know Mexico, if you've seen, I mean, you like to visit Mexico, you know those little towns, those cultural, beautiful villages, and also cities that mix with the modern urban and the old colonial structures that end in rural areas or rural streets. At the end of the day, the big church street ends at a rural ranch or a rural end. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. If you want to join in for more Mexican political news, check out my channel, hit the like button, and subscribe. Thank you, and enjoy your day. Stay active. God bless.